people. Oh, it's been a while, but I thought I'll quickly hop on the mat today and show you 3 versions of my all-time favorite hip mobility exercise. When I say hip, what I mean is the hip joint, which is where the top of your leg bone, the femur, attaches into the pelvis. Mobility in this area is really quite quick to go. If we don't maintain it, it impacts lots of things, you know, from gait to our ability to move through our pelvis when we walk, the low back. Really, really important to keep that area moving. In particular, what we tend to lose is the ability to internally and externally rotate the femur within its socket. So when the knee drops in, that's internal rotation. When the knee drops out in this position, that's an external rotation. I want you to hop off your desks and onto the floor and sit yourselves down into, you could call this a 90-90 position. Some people call it a 90-90 squat. It doesn't matter. The 90-90 comes from the angle of your knees. So I've got my right leg in front of me, my knees bent at 90 degrees, my left leg is kind of behind me, if you like, knee bent at 90 degrees. My knee and opposite heel are quite close to one another, but for you, they might be somewhere else. And for many of you, me including when I don't exercise this move, you might find that sitting here is really uncomfortable and you're there, you're kind of leaning back, and that's absolutely fine. That's what you've got, that's where you're working from, and you'll probably see the results a lot quicker than those who sit here quite comfortably, apparently. Okay, so sit yourself down in this position. Version number 1. We're going to coordinate all of this with the breath. So the minute we move the knees away from the floor, that's the time when we're going to breathe out, and we're going to prepare for the movement by breathing in. And as we breathe in, we're actually making ourselves, the torso, a little bit taller, almost like if you're skiers, offloading the weight from the floor to allow movement to happen a little bit more easily. Okay, so for those of you who are comfortable, like this, almost upright, stay where you are. For those who need to lean right back, and here is the movement. Breathing in. As you breathe out, roll on your feet, drop your knees in the opposite direction. Great. So I had to shuffle a bit because my positioning was not so clever to start with, and I hit the sideboard. The idea is for your feet to stay where they are on the floor. Of course, they will move and we will adjust them. But here's the movement again. Support yourselves with your hands. Breathe in, rise. Breathe out, transition. What is happening is this leg goes into internal rotation, this one into external. We're exercising them both at the same time through their range. Good, breathe in. Okay, so we're going to do anywhere between 10 and 15 repetitions of this. And you might find that you're not going off all the way down. Stop where you can and just work from there. This might be what it looks like for you. That's fine. Okay, version number 2, same starting position, except that this time we're going to do it without the hands. Okay, so please, please, please be kind to yourselves. This might not come to you from the first time, but after you've done 10 to 15 of the previous version, give this one a try, okay? So here we go, breathing in, breathe out, and transition. I've left my hands hanging in front to give me a little bit of counterbalance. My body will naturally want to take me back, but the arms will help me. So forward and down, breathe in. Okay. You might find that you drop back quite a bit and you catch yourself back up. That's fine. And yes, your feet will travel somewhere, so every now and again you might need to stop and adjust the feet. If your legs are really wide apart, so that's your position of comfort, fine. Work towards knee closer to the heel over time. That was version number 2. Version number 3, kind of a little bit deceptively looks a little bit easier, but actually it's more of a challenge because here we're involving the rotation of the torso over the hip, or the hip under the torso, whichever one way you want to look at it, same thing. My right leg is in front, so I'm going to leave my right hand kind of somewhere behind it, leaning onto the floor, giving me that anchor, and I want that hand to stay on the floor as I breathe in, breathe out. Okay, see where my hand still is? Okay, so I might turn around to show you this from a different angle. Right leg in front, right hand on the floor. Can you see this? Just about. Okay, breathe in. Okay, I hope you're seeing, if you're not doing with me, how this involves a really quite a profound stretch in the ribs and the thoracic area. So you might be starting very well and good breathing. Breathe out, start rolling your feet, and then you get to about here and you're like, not going any further. Don't push, this is your range. Come back and repeat, aim for 10 to 15. And see if maybe that gets a little bit easier as you go along. Ideally, you want to end up dropping the right knee onto the ground. Same on the other side. My left leg is in front. My left arm is behind. Hand is behind. There you go. The idea is to always keep the hand on the ground, and how far the knees roll in the opposite direction is entirely up to your mobility today. It might be different on each day, and you will definitely improve. So go as far as you can comfortably. Feel that nice rotation in the thoracic area, a little bit of a stretch through all these muscles here on the side and into the shoulder. But whatever you do, don't force it, and breathe. Okay. That's it, my friends. Enjoy your healthy hips, and I'll see you next time. Bye.